You're watching The Real Fishing Show with Bob Azumi.
Farmers don't get faceless, they don't work from 9 to 5. Baling hay every day, just trying to stay alive. Farmers don't get faceless, what I heard them say. Can't afford a facelift, boy.
I think maybe you might need a facelift, but I'm looking outside, sun's coming up, it's 6 in the morning. Do I have to hear them 24/7? I'm going ice fishing. You coming, Jimmy?
I'm coming with you, Mike.
Okay, well, keep the change.
Well, thanks.
Coming up. When the cold weather comes and the snow starts falling, don't pack up your fishing gear for another boring winter. This is when some of the year's hottest action is just beginning. Ontario is packed full of great ice fishing destinations for a variety of species. On today's show, we take a look at a few of these spots. First, Bob fishes with ice fishing pro Dave Genz and tournament angler Big Jim McLaughlin. They try 2 locations in eastern Ontario for big bluegills and catch a lot in a short time on the ice. Then Bob fishes for walleye with comedian Jimmy Flynn, and they spend the day clowning around.
Here comes.
Oh,
Could be a world record.
you gotta love it.
All right. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Oh, man. Way to slide that one. Oh, there you got it. Yeah. That is so cool. Oh, yeah. That is a monster.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Azumi.
All right.
Oh, man.
Woo-hoo-wee. That was pretty cool. Oh,
Oh, I got one!
A Slavosaurus!
okay. Oh,
Man, that's a good
there
fish.
it is. Oh, yeah. Good one. Whoa. Here he comes. Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
This is what open fish is all about, right? 16 pounds. Look at there.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Chevy Trucks, Ontario, More to Discover, and Tim Hortons.
Hey, folks, that's what I call real fishing. Recently, I was invited to do some ice fishing in eastern Ontario near Ottawa. I arrived just in time to get on the ice and set up before the sun set. I met up with ice fishing pro Dave Genz, the only full-time ice fishing angler, and he sure knows his stuff. He tours the continent giving seminars on ice fishing, and he spends a lot of time on the ice. My old friend Big Jim McLaughlin joined us as we fished for giant bluegills that were feeding in the last light of the day.
Oh, there, finally.
All right.
I'm sorry to say, we're not a very big one, though, but we finally caught one anyway.
What is that, pumpkin seed?
That's what it looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, big old pumpkin seed.
I don't know what big old, but a pumpkin seed anyway. I don't think we need him. He looks like he can go back down the hole. But we still just haven't been doing that well. I think we should make a move.
Okay. All right, nice one.
Not a bad bluegill.
No, good stuff.
You know,
Here we go. Now,
guess what? I can one.
whoa.
Just look at my hand.
Oh yeah? You weighing them?
No, I got your line.
Oh yeah, there you go. How'd you do that?
One. Nice red line came in there, and
All right. You watched him come in and hit it.
yes, you know, you see that red line come up off the bottom, and you know, I can start getting excited already. Then when I see the red line, I know he must be, 8.5, 9 inches long, I would guess.
Yeah.
He's not as round as some of them you catch, but
Pretty fine table fare there, though, isn't it?
oh yes, he would be.
You know, a lot of Canadians don't look at bluegills as a fish that they would eat. Don't you think that's a bit of a mistake?
Oh, it's one of my favorites. You know, in fact, it is my favorite. My wife's favorite is perch, and mine is bluegills.
You mentioned food. Usually Jim will perk up.
Well, there you go.
I watched him come up and hit that. There we are. Pumpkin seed. Yeah, it's funny how all of a sudden you see that line separate and the red on the sonar.
They're not biting all that hard, but by seeing them come up on the sonar, you're ready for it.
Yeah, you're anticipating, and then all of a sudden anything that feels like that one there, I felt a slight bit of weight.
Well, you know what I think? I think we should go eat some of them fish we've talked about.
Well, what do you think? Does that sound like a good idea, Jim?
Did you say eat? Hey, brother.
Okay. Well, I can't say the sun is going down. It's gone down.
Out here. The stars are out, so.
Sun has gone down. It's dark. Hey, when we return, we'll be in Big Jim's kitchen with Dave doing some cooking. You cooking the fish now?
That's right. Yes, sir. I'm cooking the fish.
Okay, so you're designated as a camp cook.
Stay tuned, because there's more Ontario ice fishing still to come.
You know how many of these it'd take to feed Big Jim?
There's not enough in the lake.
Closed captioning is brought to you by FNCC and VoterExam.com.
Chevrolet. When you're the #1 selling brand in Canada, you rock the nation. With more power, more fuel efficiency, more dependability, and more utility. Plus, get the Silverado Special Edition Crew, now with $1,000 worth of extras on us. The Rock the Nation event is back and rocking.
Coleman promised.
Coleman promised to light my way. Coleman has been making reliable lanterns for over 100 years.
Coleman promised me shelter from the storm.
Only Coleman makes tents with a WeatherTech system to keep you dry, guaranteed.
Coleman promised to get me through the night.
The double lock valve guarantees our beds won't leak. Coleman promised to keep things cool. The extreme cooler that keeps ice for 5 days in temperatures up to 32 degrees Celsius.
That's cool. Coleman promised.
At Coleman, we keep our promises for the past 100 years and the next.
When Old Man Winter rolls in, many anglers pack up their ice fishing gear for the season and wait until spring. But for anglers in the know, this is when some of the year's hottest action is just beginning. Ontario is literally packed full of great ice fishing destinations. There are huts to rent and countless resorts and lodges that stay open year-round. Experienced guides can put you on to fish, and once you find them, they're easy to catch. This makes it a great activity for the whole family, and it's perfect for getting together with a group of friends. After having fed heavily in the fall, many fish are at their heaviest during the winter months. Whether you're going after big lake trout, walleye, or catching a feast of panfish, they can be caught through the ice. So when the snow starts to fall, get out your gear, head for Ontario, and get ready for some of the most enjoyable fishing there is to be had. One thing Dave Genz knows about as much as ice fishing is how to cook fish. The walleye he cooked tasted great. The next day we went to Big Rideau Lake. We packed up everything and headed out on the ice in search of some giant gills.
Well, looks like I got something down there now. There, he's kind of coming up to it there.
All right.
Well, our first fish here this morning. I don't know just what it is.
First fish on Big Rideau Lake. Hey, welcome back. I'm here with Dave Genz, the absolute only full-time ice fishing professional, right, Dave?
I believe so.
Yeah, now you made a living, or have made a living for a number of years ice fishing, and all right, good way to start the day.
It's something anyway.
Now, have you fished Big Rideau Lake before?
Oh, a few years ago I was here and caught some really nice crappie, so I hope we can catch some more of them today.
Okay, well, we're here with Big Jim McLaughlin. He's over there, and looks like he's not catching them yet, but I'm sure he will.
Well, considering we've only been here a few minutes, we're off to a good start.
All right, nice perch. Actually, could you move about 6 inches over the wind's hitting me? Perfect.
Yeah, a little bluegill.
Yeah, little bluegill. Oh,
yeah.
Big pumpkin seed.
Pumpkin seeder. Oh, there we go.
Right.
I got one too. Little school must have come through.
Oh, hey, there you go.
I wasn't sure if I had one on or not.
Where's the doorbell here?
You get the flat end up, put it between your fingers and you give it a little squeeze, and it bulges up on the end, and that's where you want to hook it. Then they're actually alive on there for you. See, mine's bigger.
There you go. No, I think I got
me by the tail. Bob went up to do a radio interview, and I've got on the nicest fish I've had on all day. Oh, look at the size of this perch. Oh, there's a pretty nice perch.
Well, all good things must come to an end, and it's probably a good time to quit ice fishing today because the wind's coming up pretty strong, the snow's rolling in here, and hey, we had some fun though the last, we fished today for about 3 hours, last night for about 45 minutes. Big Jim, once again, thanks for having me up here. And now I've got a new friend here, Mr. Ice Fishing himself, David Genz.
Hey, it's been a pleasure, Bob.
Hey, Dave, I wish you all the best in your endeavors, promoting this great sport, ice fishing, and don't work too hard, though.
Up next, Bob heads out on the ice with comedian Jimmy Flynn.
One guy said to the other guy, was it you or your Uncle Willie what was killed overseas? The other guy said, it must have been me. Uncle Willie never been over there.
There's something new at the top of the food chain. The world's first supercharged 4-stroke outboard. And the only power system of its kind anywhere. The revolutionary Mercury Verado. From hole shot to top end, it delivers unmatched power and acceleration. All in the quietest outboard ever built. See why all other outboards are history. Mercury Verado. Take charge. Bomber. The one and only.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View. Sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. Over the years, ice fishing has increased in popularity. Of all the species favored by winter anglers, perch top the list. Little wonder they're abundant and provide plenty of action. True to form, the first safe ice of the season is best. At this time, perch are schooled up, hungry, and on the move. When they pass by your hole, limit catches are the norm. As winter progresses and ice thickens, they move deeper and become increasingly more difficult to catch. It's an early morning bite on smaller groups of more stationary perch. Drilling plenty of holes and moving can help. Eventually, the fish become notoriously docile and tight-lipped. Suicidal a few weeks ago, now close to impossible. Here, we're down 25 feet under 20 inches of Lake Simcoe ice. Witness for yourself the dreaded mid-winter doldrums. Finesse techniques are the only way to go. Try ultra-sensitive rods, light line, and tiny jigs tipped with maggots or other micro baits. Less is better when it comes to technique as well. Heavy jigging seldom works. In fact, a barely quivering target can work wonders. If all else fails, drop your bait to bottom, then begin a slow, steady rise.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I'm trolling.
Trolling? Oh, so that's how you do it. Hey, I'm here with comedian Jimmy Flynn, and I'll tell you what, them people from the East do things a little different when they go ice fishing. You catching any?
I had 2 nibbles.
2 nibbles? Miss them?
Miss them.
Oh, next time set the hook harder.
Okay.
Jimmy Flynn is one wacky character. Jimmy is a comedian, and he's always full of laughs. We recently met up at a lake in northern Ontario to do some ice fishing. We headed out in the morning in search of some winter walleye. Hey, Jimmy, come on over. I got one on here. I hope it's Mr. Walleye.
Huh?
I hope it's Mr. Walleye.
Holy
What? A smallmouth?
Holy moly, look at that. Boy,
Hey.
that's a dandy.
Yeah, but you know, bass season isn't open. The target species, small, are definitely walleye, but we'll put this guy back in the hole. And I hope he goes and tells his friends, Mr. Walleye, we're here to get you.
That's good.
You get any bites?
No bite yet.
No?
Frostbite.
Frostbite? Wow, you picked a nice day to come out. Isn't this beautiful?
Oh, man, I tell you.
No, don't lie.
There's nobody here but Bob and I. Well, who's taking the pictures, right?
Yeah, well, we don't have a lot of friends, right?
Well, we waited a long time, Bob. For 2 years we were talking about going fishing in a snowstorm.
Well, I don't bring just any friend out on a day like today. I bring special friends.
I know.
Oh, boy, even the minnows are freezing up. For years, I've heard about, smallmouth bass will winter in a small area. So you get a lake like this, and there might be, 3 or 4 wintering spots where they just school up, and they're so tight. If you drop a camera down, I'm sure you'd be able to see them down there. And the hard thing is, if somebody was keeping these fish, which is out of season, you can really decimate the population, So if we don't get any walleye here in short order, we're going to have to move, see if we can find the walleye.
Oh, Bobby's a big one.
What do you got there, Jimmy?
I think it's a monster.
All right.
Whoa.
Hey, that's...
Whoa.
Hold him on. Don't give him too much slack. I'll get the skimmer, ice skimmer. Jimmy? Oh, no!
He got off. Man, that was a monster.
Jimmy.
He almost pulled me down the hole. When he come up, I could just see an eyeball.
I'll tell you what, though, it was pull and drag.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was a good fish.
I'm not sure how to tell if you're telling the truth or not. Oh, let me clean your hole.
Oh, you're a nice man.
Darn.
It's so cold out here today. I think what happened, that fish broke the teeth off on my fish.
This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
All right, that canola oil is nice and hot. Hey, we got a pretty extreme day out here ice fishing. I'll tell you what, it's freezing rain, it's wet, it's cold, but the food's going to be warm. And this little portable road trip grill is really awesome. And what it does is allows you the portability of a barbecue or a grill or a stovetop. So you've got a little bit of everything. And what I've done here is I've taken some halibut that have been marinating in my fire roasted pepper marinade in combination of all-purpose seasoning and flour and breadcrumbs. I think one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people do is overcook their fish. As you can see, this oil is very hot, so it won't take a long time to cook. Usually about 30 seconds to a minute and a half either side of the fish, and then they're done. All right, golden brown, ready to eat.
Stay tuned for more Laughs on the Ice with Bob and Jimmy Flynn.
I got home one time. I saw the 2 guys working along the road, and another one.
Oh, you got it.
I can't even tell a joke here.
There is a place where people still care about real quality and innovation, where ideas aren't limited to an 8-hour clock. Performance is measured by your total satisfaction, and attention to detail is a celebrated way of life. Welcome to the Ranger family. Real people, real commitments, and boats that are literally legendary.
Hi, I'm Bob Azumi. After a day fishing, there's nothing like spending time enjoying a beautiful summer evening with my family and friends. And I won't let mosquitoes stop us from enjoying the fun. That's why I trust new Off Mosquito Lamp. The Off Mosquito Lamp uses a unique heat-activated pad that kills mosquitoes on an average-sized patio. I've always trusted Off to protect me when I'm fishing. Now Off gives me the protection I need for outdoor entertaining too. Off is effective protection you can trust.
You're watching The Real Fishing Show with Bob Azumi.
So we saw that Bob caught a bass through the ice while he was fishing for a different species. He did the right thing. He unhooked it, released it, said if we're going to get more, then we got to move on. That's the message we'd like to give with the Ministry of Natural Resources. Most bass seasons are closed during the winter period, and they're closed for a reason, because unlike what we used to think that bass were dormant, there are periods of activity where the bass do feed, and they can be very vulnerable. We've done some telemetry work with the Ministry of Natural Resources and found that bass will actually have periods of activity where there is some eating and there is some searching for food. We have a winter closed fishery in most areas of the province so that people are not catching and keeping bass. But we'd also like to encourage you to release bass if you do get them by accident when you're fishing for another species. Move on. We've got lots of other species. Let's leave the bass alone during the winter period and wait until that season opens again in the spring for some tremendous Ontario bass fishing.
He's got, oh, I lost him. Excuse me? This is the honey hole. It's funny though, I see him drilling all these holes around here. I down home one time, I saw these two guys working along the road, and another one.
Oh, you got it.
I can't even tell a joke here.
So they're working along the road, were they?
They're working along the road. One guy's digging the hole. Oh, I lost him. And the other guy's coming behind filling it in. So I had to go ask him, so what are you boys doing? Oh, he said we work for the city down here. We're tree planters. I digged the hole, Bill puts the tree in the ground, and John fills it in. He said, but Bill isn't here today.
Oh,
I lost him, darn. Oh, I got the... He got her again.
These amateurs, they can't catch him.
Get the bait. Come on, get the bait. We were in the St. Catharines the other night doing the show. That's a party town.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you party at 3 o'clock in the morning. This woman was beating on my hotel room door, beating on my door, beating on my door. I finally had to get up and let her out.
So your wife wasn't with you on that trip?
No. But you see funny things, you know. When we were coming up there, the RCMP, this old man pulled over. So the man, he walked the window and said, excuse me, sir, the reason I pulled you over, you got no taillights. The old guy got out, walked around the back, looked down, no taillights, he started crying. The man, he said, sir, it's not that bad. The old guy looked around and said, yeah, where's my skidoo and trailer?
You're no good. I'm gonna go fish.
As soon as you walk back over there, I bet you catch one.
Okay. I'll stay then. I don't want to see you catch one. What there is there's a shoal right here. And I didn't get the GPS marks from, I was here in the fall. So we've been punching holes. This area looks like Swiss cheese. What have I punched? About 15, 20 holes so far.
These two guys were fishing down there one time, and they fished all day. And they fished and fished, and the old guy over there was pulling the fish out one after the other. He must have had a dozen fish, so he said, go over and ask that old fellow what he's using for bait. So we know, he said, excuse me, sir, we've been here all day, we never caught nothing, you got a dozen fish. How come you're catching all these fish? He went, he said, sir, I can't understand what you're saying. He said, we've been here all day, how come you're catching all these fish? He went, he said, Frank, I can't understand what this man's saying. The other one, you gotta keep your worms warm.
You know, I'm always looking for something to give me a little bit of an edge out there, and this jig here is a max gap jig. What it's got is a red bleeding bait hook, and this particular jig here is got a hook that's bent out about 10 degrees so that you get a better hook set on it. And so when you're fishing, whether you're fishing vertically through the ice or out in open water, jigging, say, for walleyes, you get a better hook set with that point that's up like this, and it's just bent out a bit. Now this one here's got a rattle on the shank. This one here's just got a little bit of a notched holder. So the real key here is, I think, the red hook and also that 10-degree bend in the hook. Pretty cool. Ah, man, it's cold out here. I'm telling you, the chickens falling through the sky. Hey, there's no question about it. Ice fishing is a great way to pass those winter months and catch some fish. Especially when you're with a pro like Dave Genz, who can put you on to fish, or if you're having some laughs with a good friend. So get out on the ice this year and enjoy this great sport. We'll see you next week right here for some more real fishing.
This one's probably, 10, 11 inch perch.
These amateurs, they can't catch them. Oh,
Yep.
Big pumpkin seed.
Just a little later colored one.
Yeah.
You gotta keep the worms warm.
Oh, wow. I'm going icy. Coming, Jimmy? I'm coming with you, Mike. That is a fish of a lifetime. Whoa. Well, that is just amazing.
Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That was too cool. Oh,